Boom! And we are back, boys. Hello and welcome back to the Chelsea Goalpost channel, man. I am back after a long break, almost a month or so since the Euros finals. But it's been a while. It's been a good while. I needed this rest, but I've also been working on this series. Speaking of which, welcome to the first episode of my brand new series. If you follow me on my socials, you know about this because I announced it there. It is, in fact, an FPL series. Given the fact that I watched every single game in the last season, both Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, I'm going to try to experience into this season and see what I can do with my knowledge of the players that I have come to know within this last season. I know everybody in the community plays FPL, so it made the most sense for me to do this. So without any further ado, let's just get started with the series. I want to start off this first episode with the fixtures, some of the key fixtures in game week 1, and then obviously we will go into my squad draft. Okay, so the first game of the Premier League kicks off at 12:30 in the night. Just my I have been trying to correct my sleep schedule, especially during the week. I sleep quite early and I wake up quite early. This is gonna be a massive hindrance to that sleep schedule. 12:30 games. I don't know if I can do them, man. Definitely won't have watch-alongs for the 12:30 games. But anyway, let's look at some of the fixtures. We have Brentford versus Arsenal as the first game. Man U versus Leeds is the next game. It's okay. I think United would win. Chelsea Crystal Palace. I'm looking forward to this because obviously Crystal Palace have a new manager, Patrick Vieira, and we've sold them a couple of our players. So, should be interesting. Very interesting. We have Everton, Southampton, we have Leicester, Wolves, Watford, Aston Villa, Norwich and Liverpool. Very key fixture there. Very, very key. Newcastle, West Ham, and Spurs, Man City right off the bat. Alright, cool. Those seem like sound fixtures. Let's just move into the draft because this is the most exciting thing. This is what you guys are here for, and this is what I've taken weeks. It took me weeks, man, to come up with this squad. It's so much of freaking. I've never done so much research in my life. But anyway, let's start off with the goalkeeper, shall we? Okay, in goal, I have gone with what's his full name? I've gone with Robert Sanchez from Brighton, and I think Brighton last season had one of the top defenses in the league. I mean, obviously they didn't win many games. They drew majority of the games. I think they had the most amount of draws in a Premier League season ever. But that shows that they are very resilient in the back, and they also don't concede many goals, and that's because of the defense as well as the keeper. And the keeper is a really, really good option, a bang for your buck in terms of if you want to spend anywhere else in the team. He comes in at 4.5 million. I think it's a damn good deal. You should be taking this. I mean, I'm no expert, but who knows? This is going to be the first team, and then I'll move on to the bench later on. So let's move on to the defense. I've gone to the back four. The back four of Alexander-Arnold, Soufal, Fofana, and Luke Shaw. Okay, let's start off with Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a must-have in every fantasy team right now because Liverpool have some good fixtures in the first couple of weeks. They play, obviously they're playing Norwich away, which is going to be a massive, massive boost for them to kickstart this season. Obviously not the best season last year, but this season they're going to have players back to fitness. Everyone's going to be back. Van Dijk's probably going to come back as well. It's going to be a solid team. I don't know if it's going to be the Liverpool of old, but you can expect something very close to that. And Alexander-Arnold is going to be back in form. Looks like that he's going to be motivated from having that rest period over the Euros. Obviously not being selected. He's going to be salty about that. He's going to come with a point to prove. So Alexander-Arnold for me gets in for sure. Obviously Alexander-Arnold is a little bit on the expensive side, but I think he's well worth the money. We also have Fofana next. Fofana, I think he's the most impressive defender last season, in my opinion. I think he outshone his entire defense. I think they had a couple of players that were really good in defense, but he stayed consistent all throughout the season. and eventually led Leicester to an FA Cup trophy. Fofana is definitely someone you want to consider because he's obviously the definition of bang for your buck. I think he provides a lot. I think he's a lot of threat in terms of his attacking qualities, and I think he has a great passing range. He comes up with an assist or two, and solid in defense. I think that's a good combination to have. And Leicester, I think they're gonna only improve from last season, so you can expect big things from this boy. 4.5 mil, grab him while you can, boys. Up next, we have Vladimir Sufal. I think his performances last season speak for themselves. I think for West Ham, he was superb, bombing down that right hand side, providing alongside Bowen. I think he did extremely well in the Euros for Czech Republic as well. Obviously playing a very similar role, but he's an absolute beast there. He provides assists, he provides height, so he's good at set pieces, and obviously West Ham did well last season, so he obviously kept quite a few clean sheets. So I think he's a good option for you. 5 mil, I think it's a decent deal. Definitely value for your money. Up next, we have the best performing defender of the season. We have Luke Shaw coming in at left back. Obviously, I don't think I need to say anything about this guy because no matter what he costs, right? What does he cost now? I think he costs about 5.5. Yeah, he costs 5.5, which is relatively good. I think it's excellent personally, because we know what he's capable of. Everybody who's watched Man United play last season, I think, knows that Bruno Fernandes, Greenwood, Cavani, and Luke Shaw were the 4 players to watch for them. Luke Shaw, obviously one of the most incredible seasons for him in his career, both in the Euros and in Manchester United. So I think he definitely is going to be a very, very handy player for you in your FPL team. Okay, let's move on to the midfield. Now we have a midfield 3 of Salah, Fernandes, and Harrison. Alright, so these three, this midfield, and this is where I spent bulk of my money. Obviously, Salah and Fernandes, 12 million and 12.5 million and 12 million respectively. I think these two guys are must-haves in every FPL team. You have to buy them. You don't have a choice. These two players are gonna get you points no matter what. These two players are the most reliable players. You could keep them in your team for the rest of the season. They will bring you points. I am no expert, but this one is a guaranteed value for money, bro. This is value for money. I'm telling you, Salah and Fernandes are going to be booming this season. They're going to be booming this season. And obviously we have Harrison. I was going to go for Rafinha, but Rafinha is just 0.5 mil more, and I want to spend that elsewhere, so I went with Harrison, the next best thing at Leeds. I think Harrison has always done well. I think from last season, I think he's been one of the most consistent performers right from the start of the season. I think Rafinha had a slow start, but towards the end of the season, had a really good run of games. Harrison was always really, really good and always a threat at every point of the season. So I think he is a must-have. He's gonna be performing with a similar consistency this season. Harrison picked up a total of 160 points last season. So the points, the data speaks for itself, boys. You need to get this guy in your team, either him or Rafinha. Both of these guys work. Up front, we have a front three, all three strikers. A front three of Antonio, Watkins, and Iheanacho. Alright, I think these front three boys are absolutely lethal. At every stage of the season, last season, they were bang on. Iheanacho, I think if he maintains his first team spot, I think he's going to do very, very well. Big things coming from him, obviously Watkins and Antonio. Serial strikers, serious boys, man. They aren't messing about. Antonio, how many points did he pick up? Antonio picked up 118 points last season, and Watkins picked up 168 points. Man, these guys are gonna run riot in the FPL, so pick them up while you can, man. These boys go straight into my team. And with that, I have completed my first 11. Now let's move on to the bench. Out of all the picks on this team right now, this one is the black sheep. Is the black sheep of the lot. It's Ben Foster in goal as a substitute keeper, obviously. He didn't pick up many points last season, but I wanted a 4.5 million keeper, and he seemed like the safest option to go for, and that's why I went with Ben Foster. I don't suggest you go for him. I think you can explore more options if you wish to. Moving on to the next one, we have Ait Nuri from Wolves. I think Ait Nuri is a very attacking minded defender. I think he's a very, very attacking minded defender, and we all know that the key with the defense is to have attacking minded players who also provide more than they do in defense. That means more points registered, that means higher score, that means you do better. Science. For Wolves last season, I think he came off the bench a lot, but in that time he provided quite a few assists and had a lot of touches in the box as well. That means he has the potential to score a couple of goals, which is just more points for us. So I think Ait Nuri, I think he's definitely going to be one of those attacking defenders that no one really sees coming. A real wild card. Just give away my wild card, boys. Better grab him up while you can. Next up, we have Bissouma. Bissouma doesn't rack up many points, let's just be honest. He got 77 points last season, which is not great, but he's a solid performer. You can expect a bang average score from him every single week in case you come into some kind of issues with your midfield. Moving on to the next, I have a next midfield. I don't have a forward, but I have a next. The next one is a midfielder as well, and I've gone with Buendia. I've gone with Buendia because I think he's going to be an absolute beast for Aston Villa this season. I kept him on the bench for this first game week because I don't think he's going to start right off the bat, and he's going to need a couple of games to kind of get into his stride. But once he does, I think he's going to be an absolute unit for them. I think playing alongside Ollie Watkins and Jack Grealish, and if Jack Grealish stays at Aston Villa, that is, El Ghazi and these boys, I think he's going to do extremely well. So I think Buendia is someone everybody is talking about right now. I think he seems like a really good option, and coming in at 6.5 million, I think he's great value for money. Okay, with that, I think we've come to the end of today's episode. From now on, there are going to be videos twice a week. One FPL video, another prefix video, and you're probably going to get a third occasionally for the podcast when I have special guests on, etc. So it's going to be a lot of work, but it's also going to be a lot of fun. I'm ready to go for the next season. Honestly, I'm super excited. A lot of good fixtures coming up, especially for Chelsea. A lot more still to come before we end this break, before we start the new season. We have a lot of transfer news coming up. Obviously, Jadon Sancho to United is done. Looks like Varane is very close. Haaland to Chelsea isn't not happening. Jack Grealish to City, Kane to City. Lot more exciting things to come before we start the season. But I'm just happy that I got this series out of the way. Not out of the way. I just want to get the announcement out of the way. I was so excited to get this started. I've been working my ass off for the last month. I've tried to improve the production quality as much as I can in every area. So I hope you guys like the improvements, and I hope the quality is getting better. That's the plan. I want to keep improving on the quality, the videos, the production, every aspect of this of my channel. So let me know what your thoughts are down below, and if you are new to the channel, obviously hit that subscribe button, turn on those notification bells so you never miss another upload from me. Also, like the goddamn video if you like this content, and if you like the series, like the goddamn video, and it helps the channel. It helps me, it helps the channel. It doesn't take you much time. Do it. Fucking do it. Also, I have started a brand new private league on FPL, which I will leave a link down below in the description. So make sure you head there, join the league, make your teams, join the league, and participate and get involved, boys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season, and yeah, happy days. Okay, see you boys very soon. I will be making a video for the transfers, maybe a rundown on all the transfers that have happened, and maybe if I choose to change anything with the draft with my team, I will make an updated draft video right before the season starts. Obviously, the prefix is gonna continue. Chelsea games are gonna be coming soon. Make sure you follow me on social media. The links for which are gonna be down below. So stay updated with my content. Also, thank you guys for watching. It's been fun. I'll see you guys next time. Do you have any other announcements? Am I forgetting anything?